Hello, my name's Chris and I'd like to share something with the boys and girls of Castlerock Dunboe parish. It's nearly Easter and it's getting exciting, and one thing I love about Easter is that there's really delicious food to eat. This is the first thing that I've got here. It's a hot cross bun. And of course on the hot cross bun we see the cross, and when we break it open, it smells of delicious spices, cinnamon and, I don't know what that is. And inside, if you look, it's got pieces of fruit like raisins and currants and mixed peel. Well, I want to tell you the story of Good Friday, which comes before Easter, when we remember that Jesus died on the cross. And I'm going to read the story from my old children's Bible, which I got from my auntie when I was a little boy. Not everybody liked what Jesus was telling people. Some of them were jealous. So even though Jesus had done nothing wrong, they made it look like he had, and they said he had to die. Outside the city walls, they nailed Jesus' hands and feet to the cross. There was a notice above Jesus' head. "This is Jesus, the King of the Jews." The hot sun beat down, and Jesus hung there in great pain. Yet he did not hate his executioners. "Forgive them, Father," he prayed. "They don't know what they're doing." "If you really are the Son of God," teased the people standing by, "save yourself." 2 thieves were crucified with Jesus, one on either side. The first thief sneered at him, but the second thief said, "We deserve to die, but this man has done nothing wrong. Remember me, Jesus, when you come as King." Jesus answered, "Today you will be with me in paradise, I promise." Jesus' mother and some of his friends stood near. Jesus spoke to John. "Take my mother home," he said, "and look after her for me." At midday, a shadow passed across the sun, and for 3 hours it was strangely dark. "Oh God, why have you left me?" Jesus whispered. Then he gave a great cry, "It is finished," and he died. At that moment, the curtain in the temple split from top to bottom, and the earth shook beneath the soldiers' feet. They'd been throwing dice to see who would win Jesus' clothes. Now they were terrified. "This man really was the Son of God," they said. To make sure that Jesus really was dead, one of the soldiers thrust his sword into Jesus' side. Then they took his body down from the cross. So when you eat your hot cross bun, you remember that the cross reminds us the way that Jesus died. And then inside, it'll smell spicy. And that reminds us that when Mary Magdalene and the other women put him in the tomb, they used spices to anoint his body. A man called Joseph, a follower of Jesus, went to Pilate and asked if he could take Jesus' body away for burial. Pilate agreed. Joseph and Nicodemus wrapped the body in long strips of cloth with myrrh and other spices. Mary Magdalene and the other women who had followed Jesus from Galilee went with Joseph and put the body in a new grave, a large cave dug out of rock. A heavy stone was rolled across the entrance. It was Friday, and the Sabbath began at sunset, so the women went away to prepare ointments and spices to put on the body when the Sabbath was over. The Jewish authorities asked Pilate for a guard. They put a seal on the stone, and the guards settled down to keep watch. It really was awful. But even so, the fruit inside the hot cross bun reminds us of the fruit or the results, because amazingly, this was all part of God's plan to put everything right again between him and human beings and all creation. But then comes Sunday morning, Easter, and on Easter morning, I've got an Easter egg, and I'm going to open it up and take it out, and I'm going to enjoy this solid chocolate. What do you mean it's not solid? You mean it's empty? Hollow? Let me see. Oh yeah, the inside is hollow. And of course the Easter egg reminds us of the next part of the story. The Bible tells us that on Sunday morning, just before it got light, everything was still. Then, as the first light touched the sky, the ground trembled. An angel came and rolled away the stone that sealed the tomb. The guards were so frightened, they ran off. When the women came bringing their spices, the grave was open. The body had gone. It was empty. The angel said, "Don't be afraid. I know you're looking for Jesus, but he's not here. Hurry and tell his friends. You'll see him again soon." Jesus' friends refused to believe the women's story. They thought they were imagining things, but Peter and John went to see for themselves. They saw the cloths which had bound the body, lying untouched, with the cloth that had wrapped Jesus' head just a neck space away. What the women had said was true. Jesus was alive from the dead. Don't be disappointed if the Easter egg's empty. It reminds us that Jesus is alive. Actually, your Easter egg might not be empty, to remind us of the surprise that the women had and the disciples that morning. You might find a surprise inside too. So, as you're eating your hot cross buns on Friday, remember the cross that Jesus died on, the spice that anointed the body, and the fruit reminding us that this is all part of God's amazing plan. And when you have your Easter egg, remember, the tomb is empty. It's an amazing surprise. Jesus is alive. You have a very happy and blessed Easter from all at Castlerock Dunboe. God bless you. Bye-bye.